Welcome back to This Strange World podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Gavin.
And I'm Leah.
It's been a while, guys. Welcome back.
It has.
It's been a long, long time since I've sat in this room and recorded something into this microphone. It's been a long,
Yes.
too long.
Yeah.
Too long. You're right. It has been too long since we've recorded something. It's been a few weeks since we last put out an episode.
It's been,
Since we
well, let's see.
finished.
We released
Season
year in
one.
review on.
Yes, your interview was like the 30th, I think. So it's
Right.
been like at least 3 weeks.
It's been a
Mhm.
long time.
Yes.
Since we've sat down and it's been a long time since you
Minute.
guys have heard our voices through your whatever device you're listening to, in a car radio, on your phone, in your
Yeah.
speakers, whatever.
Our lovely
Our
Exactly.
lovely voices
How are
have
you guys
gone across the
doing?
airways. I'm good. I'm
We're
good.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
We're chilling. We're getting ready for a fantastic new season coming up. We have
Yes.
already
Whoop whoop.
started to discuss some episodes that we'll be on, so we're very excited. We have some awesome guests coming on this season. This is actually a really good way to kick off the new season, which is just looking back at some old
Yeah.
fun memories from season 1.
Some nostalgia from season 1.
Exactly. Nostalgia, looking back.
Nostalgia.
seeing-
Did I say that weird?
Nostalgia?
No, you said it perfect.
I think that's how you say
Okay.
Yeah.
nostalgia. Yeah.
I said nostalgia, but I guess it's nostalgia.
fine.
I don't know.
Nostalgia.
It's-
Nostalgia.
Tomato,
like that.
tomato.
Exactly. So yeah, this is our best of episode, best of season 1 moments.
Woo!
Next week, I think we already said it at the end of the last episode, but we've got an episode coming out about the origins of the podcast, and we talk about some of our favorite episodes. But today, we're just going to talk a little bit about some fun, random, quirky moments throughout season 1. 27
Oh, we
episodes.
love it.
We have painstakingly went through every single episode that we've released thus
Yes.
You didn't do it
No,
off of memory? There's some of the
You
stuff that
you
I.
did it off of. Well, your memory is like an elephant, so you remember everything.
Okay.
I actually had to go
My mom will
through.
disagree.
I mean, to be fair, 27 episodes is a lot of episodes. That's not nothing.
Right.
We grinded them out, and now we're here. So
Hey.
we're
Yeah.
So you just said 27 episodes. That reminds me. So that means that this is our 28th episode,
correct.
which means we have already
Wow.
surpassed the 27 Club of Death.
Wow.
You know, we are
true.
now at,
Yeah.
when we release this, we are no longer a victim
Mm-mm.
of the 27 Club.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And wow,
We've
what a-
graduated.
that is. We have a clip from that coming up later. That would have been a perfect transition if that was the first clip.
Oh, and that'd be something.
That would have been really something. But speaking of transitions, Chris, we have a lot to talk about today. But we're
Uh-huh.
gonna go from oldest episode to newest episode. And
Okay.
so the oldest episode the first episode we're gonna talk about happens to be your episode. So we're just gonna jump right into it. I'll put in these clips so they're nice and crispy in post. But we're just gonna some of these clips I don't even remember exactly what they are, so we can't even set them up. So Leah has some setups to her clips. But otherwise we'll just be playing it, we'll be listening. Just some fun clips, best of moments looking back. So Chris, tell us about your first clip.
So my first clip comes from one of my favorite episodes that I've released, Fallout 76, the overhyped video game of Fallout 76. That entire episode honestly could be in a best of video. So, but what I eventually had to find was I went in and I found a clip of Leah freaking out about the price of the video game. Just given how awful the video game was, it was just shocking for her to figure out how expensive this really was and how much she was actually throwing down the chute if she went and bought it from me, or bought it for herself, or bought it for her friends, or whatever.
I was shocked at how expensive it was because of the fact that it was a flop, and they kept it, I guess, that price until
Yeah. Well,
you know.
if you listen to the podcast, they actually decreased the price a lot. But
Yeah.
when they initially released the game, it was this price, and you were
Yeah. Let's roll the
dumbstruck.
clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's roll it.
Let's roll the clip.
Do you know how expensive this game was when it came out? Because games can be like
$60.
That's a
Heck no.
twisty.
No. I want my money back. I don't have
Yeah.
income right now. I want my money.
For those
Screw
of you,
that.
of you
No.
listening at home, when Chris said that the refund program was canceled, Leah's and my mouths were open. That we are shocked. That's why we weren't making noise.
That's so
Mouths were open. That's
money.
crazy. Wow, that's first of all, what a throwback. We sound like little babies. We probably sound the same, but
Bro.
I love that reaction.
I
That was
love
like,
that reaction too.
if there's anyone who has big reactions to stuff, it's Leah.
Oh,
That's not even. Can you deny that, Leah? Deny that.
You don't hold back. You just
No,
go
but
at
listen,
it.
Leah, here's the thing.
Gavin's
From a
like-
technical perspective, when you are too loud, and when anyone's too loud, the microphone caps off. It like peaks, and that means that then it cuts the audio off because it's too loud. The amount of times that your audio has
Mhm.
peaked, I think, is much more than me and Chris. So I think that says something.
There's a clip we're going to talk about soon where I mentioned something and Leah's reaction actually it just cuts off. Like it's one of those like perfectly timed cut screams because she peaks and the volume just cuts off. And
Oh my god.
Two females tend to have high-pitched voices and males tend to have low-pitched voices. So like
Banshee.
cut a girl some
The
slack.
Banshee.
The bitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, then let's move. So, if that piques your interest, check out Overhyped Fallout 76, available wherever you get your podcasts. Speaking of transitions, again, Chris, you got the next clip. This
do.
is from the episode right after that. It was Worst Shark Tank Bitches. It was my episode. But what clip have you brought in for us?
I have brought in a clip. What did I bring in?
We could just roll it. For some of these, we
Yeah.
don't have descriptions, so
Right.
we could just roll the
I'll just
clip.
roll
And this is just we're going blind. Worst Shark Tank Bitches.
All right, let's go.
Cougar energy for middle-aged women to date younger people.
That's
Oh my God.
disgusting.
Sorry about the slamming. I don't know if you can hear the slamming. That's my phone literally falling onto my keyboard every time that slams.
Oh my goodness. Yes, because
Isn't
Chris is
that
filming
like-
on a phone while we have microphones.
Because I'm trying to save up for a microphone at this point in the
Want a break
podcast.
from the ads? That's too funny.
Yeah, so that was that clip. That's such a good like time capsule clip because it shows like where we are in our podcast. Because before we had experimented with different things about how to record the sound and what sound is going to sound good. I've done AirPods, I've done phones, I've done just MacBook stuff. This was before I even had a microphone. This was like I was just doing raw audio from like my phone because I think my laptop wasn't working, so I was on my phone. And then like so it would fall down sometimes, and every time it would fall down on my keyboard, you'd hear the slam down on the keyboard, and that was
Yeah, this is
one
from
of
like
those perfectly
August.
things. Oh, this was early stages, Chris.
The fact
Yeah.
that we didn't know if we like I don't really know if you guys thought, but I didn't know how big this podcast would get or how serious we would be about this podcast. So that's maybe also why like we didn't have the type of equipment that we have now.
Exactly. From when we were starting to now is phenomenal. Now we all have fancy, nice little microphones, and that was back when I think I was young. Well, Leah, I think me and Leah had microphones. Chris just didn't have a
Yeah.
microphone yet. But
Right.
yeah, now
I
we
didn't- Right.
we've invested. So I guess we just got to keep doing this.
And you can just hear the quality of the sound just get better over the course of the season. Because before, like I was saying, I had really bad audio from the beginning. And then Leah found a microphone. You had a microphone from the beginning. And then I bought
Mhm.
like a crappy little thing, like just to fill in something. And then like right around towards the end of the season, that's when we got like all of us have sort of the same mic level equipment. It's just you can just hear the progression of just better sound throughout the season. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, as well as just growing and kind of how to manage an episode, how to communicate, how to make things flow really nicely. We've definitely grown overall together and individually in our own quirky, fun type of ways. So it's very fun to kind of see how we were in the beginning and how we are now.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So the next clip that we have coming, Gavin, you found something deep in the vault of our episodes.
do.
What do you have for us?
Yes, so this is from episode 8, Bizarre Phone Apps. This was Leah's episode, and I distinctly remember when we recorded this episode thinking at the time, oh, this is our funniest so far. So
Mhm.
there's so many clips that we could have pulled from it, but this is just one of my personal faves. We were talking, obviously, about a bizarre phone app, so I'm not even no introduction. We're gonna play the clip. Let's roll the clip.
So the next one is called Taxi Hold'em. Tired of waiting for a cab? Tilt your iPhone to flash a taxi sign. Make that cab stop just for you.
I just want to see like
Probably.
2 Wall Street executives coming out of a meeting, and one of them's like, "Oh, we got to get uptown or wherever Wall Street executives go," and then the other one goes, "Oh, don't worry, I have an app to get us a taxi," and he's like, "Oh, you have Uber or Lyft?" And he goes, "No."
No.
Whips out this bad boy, taxi. He's like, "We're grown men. Why are we doing this?"
That's my clip.
Oh, what
That
a
was
classic clip.
Definitely funny. I don't think at the end when I went like to list the next thing, was I still cracking up from that?
I think you were.
Yeah.
I think that was
Yeah.
one of the first because I would say, I mean, obviously this podcast isn't like humor or like a comedy podcast. It's like very much informational and us doing research about all these strange and interesting topics. But there have definitely been some standout episodes where we definitely cut loose a little more, crack more jokes, have a lot more fun, which is always more fun when we have. I mean, for as fascinating as interesting as some of these more intense episodes are, I always love a funny episode or one where I can quip more. Love me some
Yeah.
quips.
Oh.
I think that joke in particular, that clip that you just played, probably was one of the most important clips that we've had in our podcast, at least in the early stages, because that was our first clip that we used to advertise ourselves. And that
Yeah.
gave us a lot of
Yeah.
new listeners and a lot of new followers. And that really sort of jump started because that was the first episode that really cracked. I think, didn't it crack 50 or 50 downloads? Or something? That was the first one that cracked that milestone.
Yeah, for a long
Mhm.
time, that was our most, even like weeks and weeks after, that was our most downloaded episode. And it's still, I don't remember exactly off the top of my head where it stands, but it's still up there as one of the top downloaded episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leah carries a lot of these. I'm not even going to say the stats because they're changing daily, but I will say that her episodes are constantly fighting for those top spots. As of recording, I think she might have the top 3 spots locked down right now. So
Woo!
crushing it.
Oh, just girls run the world sometimes, you know? Run the
Girl
world,
boss.
girls.
Yes. Leah
Girl
is our own
boss.
little girl boss. Big girl boss, I guess. No, big, whatever.
Oldest girl boss in the group. Yes, you can say that. Gavin, you have a next clip from one of the podcast episodes that you were really looking forward to. I'll just go ahead and play the audio clip right now.
The famous name that you might recognize in this band is Iggy Pop, was the front man of this band, who later went on to become So Locked. You don't know Iggy Pop? That's okay.
I am not. I am not.
You don't know Iggy Pop?
We don't need to go into why Chris doesn't know who Iggy Pop is. If you saw a picture or like heard some music, you'd probably know it. He was just like
Chris
another big
didn't know
rocker.
what sushi was until his freshman year of college. I was like, come on, man.
Oh, okay, hold on. We can actually dig into this a little bit. You didn't know what sushi was until freshman year of college? Did you know the concept of
met
it, or you
me
just
in
never
the
had it?
sushi.
Okay, you.
Defend yourself.
I knew what sushi was. I had never had sushi until
Okay.
freshman year of college. I was well aware of the concept of.
Okay, I
raw
thought you
fish
weren't aware of the
wrapped in
concept of sushi.
So that was hilarious because in the beginning we were definitely. Well, also I was dragging on Chris a little bit in certain clips, but Gavin, why don't you talk about it?
You can hear Chris's groans. There are so many of these clips that are just dragging on Chris, which he's a very good sport for it, but probably mostly undeserved. But I think that was a funny moment.
What are you gonna do?
Also not for Chris.
It was you just love to drag on me. There's a lot of those clips that
It's
we
out of and
pushed.
Mhm.
yeah.
I've
We're
just
gonna-
become the laughing stock of this podcast. Just
Yeah,
over the
don't
course
worry.
of
We're
this season.
gonna bring all of them back. We've
Okay,
got them. We're gonna revisit and live through those memories. It's a lot of love.
For the record, still have no idea who Iggy Pop is. Still no idea.
We'll have to.
like we just
See,
said.
Leah, it peaked. It peaked, so we heard just like a screech.
Sorry.
That's a perfect example of it. Well,
Let me try it again. Give me a second. Hold on.
all right.
hold on.
No, we're all laughing. We might as well toss to another clip. All right. So while we control ourselves, let's toss to another clip. I guess I'll start it while you guys contain yourselves. We each have a clip from Mandela Effect. Actually, yeah. why don't you while we all try to contain ourselves, this was another one of my episodes. We've got some Mandela. There was definitely a lot of fun stuff in Mandela Effect because there's so many fun moments of discoveries and stuff. Leah, what moment do you have for Mandela Effect?
Yeah, so I have 2 moments, but I'm gonna look at my first one. So just give it a second.
Sex blank blank city.
Okay.
What's that? Do you know what that show's called?
Sex and the City.
Oh, I know what it is though. I know
Yeah,
what
Sex
it's
and the City.
originally called.
It's not
Yeah.
called
Yeah.
Sex in the City. It's called
Sex
Sex and
and
the
the
City. I'm trying to give you hints, but like not give it away. But yeah,
No,
it's
no,
Sex
no.
Wait,
and
is
the
it-
City.
I did say that. I said Sex in the City.
You said Sex in the City. It sounded like you said.
No, I said it quick. Sex in the City. Is it Sex in the City?
Okay.
Sex and the City was in my
Also,
head.
people think it was Sex in the City, probably because when you say quick, it sounds like you're saying Sex in the City. That was another moment of expose. I was like, I could not let him. I could not let that go. That imposed. I had to find a rewind sound and go back and isolate his voice. And I was like,
That was
expose
too
him.
good.
Oh,
Expose him.
so now that we have recording of me saying it, did I get it right?
You were wrong. You said
No.
Sex
You're
in the
wrong.
City.
No, I didn't.
You just proved it.
Oh my
Bro, I
God, play the
just-
clip
Oh my
again.
gosh.
Oh my
Play
God,
the
play
clip.
the clip again.
Do we want to play the clip again?
I'll put it. Yeah, we'll play the clips. Here's what it is, Chris. It's supposed to be Sex and the City, and listen for you saying Sex in the City. Listen for
You might
in
have
the
said-
city.
Yeah.
I.
You said Sex in the City. It sounded like you said.
No, I said it quick. Sex in the City. Is it Sex in the City?
Okay.
Sex and the City was in my
Also,
head.
people think it was Sex in the City, probably because when you say quick, it sounds like you're saying Sex in the City. You said in the city.
No.
He said in. Yes,
Oh my
Christopher.
goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my
All right.
God.
Well, I guess if you think that, comment down below, even though there's no down below to comment in. Let us know what you think that Chris said.
Stop.
This could just be a debate for a while. While we're on the train of exposing Chris, here is a nice sequel clip of some more exposing Chris from Mandela Effect. Oh, I'm gonna roll the clip.
Can I just mention, I think this is a good time to slide in that Chris didn't know that when soda was flat, that there was no carbonation left in it.
Are you trying to have a segment that's basically just exposing Chris? Chris, would you like to say something?
I would like to defend myself, please, if I can have the floor. I knew that flat meant that the soda didn't have any bubbles in it. I didn't know why they used the word flat because I figured I found soda in the fridge that was just a flat surface of water, like calm water, and I go, oh, that's flat. So I figured bubbles make the water ripple, and no bubbles mean the water's calm and flat. And I'm like, oh,
Oy.
that's why they call it flat.
You know, it's not even worth it.
So back
Oh,
on,
man.
we give Chris too much. You're a good sport. We
I-
really harp on you too much.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
I thought I
goodness.
was smart. I thought I was like, wow. I
It makes
figured it out.
logically. I think that should make sense. That should be how it is. But so before we go back, I know Leah has another clip for Mandela Effect, but Chris,
Yeah.
you brought in a clip for Mandela
I
Effect.
did
didn't
bring
you?
a clip from Mandela Effect. This
You can
this
set
is
it up.
actually
if you want.
Ragging. This is ragging on Leah now.
Oh, how the turns have tabled.
Bro, how the turntables turn.
All
right.
the times that you were making fun of me, now I get to make fun
Wow.
of you.
Great.
Okay.
I
How
will
about
get the
it?
clip.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's roll the clip. It has an
You have to see
incredibly
Forrest Gump.
it has an incredibly famous line in it that even Leah, I'm sure you definitely know this line. That
Run.
remember just
Run.
No,
Run.
run, Forrest, run!
no, yes, that is one of the lines in it.
What's a famous quote from Forrest Gump? Run.
That's not specifically the one I'm talking about.
Okay, so let me just say. let me just say.
Yeah, you can talk. You talk.
I got it right. Okay, I got it right. I just wasn't able to finish it. But
No, yes.
that it was. I know that it was run Forrest run. So that clip that you had there is invalid because
No,
I
it's
didn't
all,
get to finish.
it's all out of context, and it was just that you said run and then you paused. It was the pause.
Because I thought you knew what you were talking. But
You thought-
I thought you knew what I was talking about.
Oh, we did. It's just we
Okay,
always
cool.
we always had to take jabs when we could. Mandela Effect was a fun one. Before we move on, Leah, what's your last clip for Mandela Effect?
Yeah, so we talked about Chick-fil-A, and I want to play this.
Another spelling one. Are you guys fans of Chick-fil-A?
Of course.
I personally love Chick-fil-A. I don't know what they stand for, but they make great chicken.
Mm.
They do make
So spell out for me. How do you spell Chick-fil-A?
Leah, I'm gonna let you go because I've been doing a lot of these things.
CHICKFIL and then A. Or is it E or A? Chick-fil-A. Probably A, but I'm thinking of an E with
It's
an
an A.
accent over it.
Chris, do you have
Okay.
any? Do you think that's correct?
I think that that's not correct. I think it's CHIKFILA.
Yeah, there's an A at the end. That is correct. Or no, that's not correct. Leah is correct.
No, but in
Chick-fil-A.
the commercial they say eat more chicken with a K, and the guy's like, "That's not how you spell chicken."
Chick-fil-A is not spelled CIC filet or CIK filet. It's spelled Chick CHICK filet.
That was surprising.
Yeah.
Why
Go
were you
ahead.
surprised that your friend just kind of happened to know how to spell Chick-fil-A properly, even though that she's had it maybe like 2-3 times in her life?
You've only
And
had
you've
Chick-fil-A like
had
2 or
it
3 times in your life?
like 3 or 4
That's
now. Yeah.
wrong.
You really
No,
haven't
like
had it that many
4.
times?
The
Yeah,
first time I
chicken.
had it in Boston. Second
Mm.
time I had it in Ithaca, well, in Syracuse. Maybe I had it again in Boston.
Is there
and
just
then,
not a Chick-fil-A near you?
I mean, no, the nearest one is okay. Now that I come to think of it, maybe like 5 or 6 times. But again,
okay.
it's not like me going to McDonald's where I don't go every single day, but
No,
I've gone
yeah.
to McDonald's more than I've gone to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Going back to the clip though,
Yeah.
the Mandela effect, the whole episode was just setting you guys up for failure. As the host of
Like
it, it was just setting
me.
you guys up to look like fools, i.e., it made Chris.
I am still shocked that it's spelled differently because I
Honestly,
know
I know
right, but
I'm
think
on your side for this one, Chris. I completely agree.
there
That
was a
one was a weird
commercial.
one.
There was a
I know,
commercial
yeah.
where there was a bunch of construction workers and they were like standing across the road looking at it like on their break, and it
Yeah.
was like CHIK, like they were making a whole deal about how it's like not spelled right, and the guys are like, "Oh, that's not how you spell chicken." And I said that
Yeah.
in the clip. Like that's you'd think like, "Wow,
You would-
okay, maybe
one
it's
would
spelled
think.
CHIK."
Yeah, no, if you asked me how to spell Chick-fil-A right now and I didn't see it in front of me, I probably would not be able to do it correctly.
Even though we just heard the audio clip, I literally forget.
The next clip we have, Gavin, you brought something. What do you got for us?
I did. I know you also brought it from the same episode, episode 15.
I
Bizarre
did.
Man-Made Disasters.
Yeah.
That was such a fun one. That was like our first like low-key sequel, I feel like, episode. Was it? I feel like it
Well,
may
that
have-
was
Or no, did we already-
that was
Oh, no.
requested by someone on Instagram.
Yeah, actually, I totally take that back. We did SCP Part 2 right before then. So it really wasn't our first sequel. But regardless, here's Bizarre Man-Made Disasters. We'll just roll a clip. Roll a clip.
You might not know it by its original name, but you'll know it as the BP oil spill that happened in the Gulf of Mexico in 2010. So that huge one that everyone was tracking when we're all little kids.
Yeah.
Do you
I
remember
remember
when
that.
that happened? And then Dawn just comes in, is like, "I am Superman. Let's go."
What?
Did that happen?
Oh yeah, Dawn. I
When
thought you
that,
meant
when that
Dawn as in
happened,
Donald Trump.
Dawn came in. It was
Oh,
like,
like Dawn,
our-
like the soap company?
Mhm,
The soap-
Dawn.
Oh,
I
you
thought
said
you meant-
Dawn, and I was like, Donald? Who are you talking
I
about?
was like,
No.
Donald Trump? What?
Dawn, the people who are like, we test our soap on ducks? They were like, we will
Yeah.
save the oil.
And they did. Well, they saved the ducks.
But then Dawn blessed us with that very cute commercial of the duck getting cleaned with the
saving the
Dawn
ducks.
soap.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
love Dawn. Dawn, if you want to sponsor us, Dawn dish soap or whatever, reach out.
We love you.
Love Dawn.
Love Dawn. Love Dawn.
I wish that we had made it a running joke to try and get sponsored by Dawn dish soap
That would have
because
been funny.
I love
We
that.
still love Dawn though.
We
Like,
do
come
love Dawn.
on.
Dawn, if you want to
We love
sponsor
ya.
us, we would love. I know that we might not have the same demographics, but everyone needs to clean dishes regardless.
Exactly.
So, still reach out to us. That also, it's a funny clip because it has nothing to do with the actual episode. So, Chris, I hope that your clip might have something to do with the actual episode. What do you have from it?
Mine is also another rag on Leah and her vocal peaks. So this is what I was talking before when what I was talking about before, when
Y'all
she
nasty.
yells so loud that the microphone actually just
uh.
cuts out and just refuses to record the audio because it's so loud. Yeah, I won't talk too long. I'll just get right into it. Estimates show, and this is shocking, and I have to say this again, C8 is a man-made chemical, so it was never before seen on Earth until the 1940s. C8, in some estimates show, at least some traces are in the bloodstream of 99% of all living things on this planet.
So I have C8 in me?
You have C8, your Oishi has C8, Gavin has C8, the shark that you saw at the beach a couple months ago has C8, the
Do you even
octopuses
mean,
that are
like,
living in the ocean have C8.
Plants? Like, what about like plants?
Okay, but okay, let me talk again. Let me talk again. Okay, here we go. Shush on. Okay, if you found out that your dog or your bunny or your fish or yeah, Gavin, your dog had C8 in you, and it was like your dog, wouldn't you be like, no? Like I couldn't get that high because again, audio would cut
Yeah.
out. But like that breaks my heart.
Yeah,
But
no, that I
apparently
mean,
y'all think it's funny, so like bye. Thank you so much.
yeah, it's no, of course, that's a very rightfully sad thing, but like it's all there. Everyone has it. It's what can you do about it at this
Yeah.
point?
It's out
Mhm.
there. Everyone's
That's
got it.
true.
But that is a
What-
funny clip. I think you were building up. I remember you were building up to that throughout the entire episode, and also,
Yeah.
as like a surprise. No, it was. It was such a surprising fact. Yeah.
Different sources say different things. I chose that one in particular just because it sounded a lot more dramatic than the other ones. There's some
Sure.
that are like, all United States humans have it, like all U.S. citizens have it. I'm like, okay, well okay. And then they're like,
Who's that?
Oh,
No,
so now you're calling me dramatic.
no, I'm calling myself dramatic for saying that all
No,
99% of all things have it,
No,
which I did hear.
just called me.
I did hear somewhere that 99% of all living things have it, which is like that's horrible.
That's
From
a lot
Wiki?
of a lot of
Is it from
things.
Wiki?
No, it's not.
Leah's
from
just like,
Wiki.
is it from a false source? No sources?
No,
No source?
no. It was from the credits of a movie. Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. So like
interesting.
where'd they get the information? Put that in the credits from what website?
You gotta talk to the producers.
yeah,
I have no
I'm
We'll
idea.
have to fact check that another time.
Oh, I
Okay.
did. I did fact check it before we started, and yes, it's true.
I'm sure it's in the sources of that episode. So like we've been saying, May Disasters, Mandela Effect, 27 Club, Phone Apps, Shark Tank, Fallout, all those available wherever you get your podcasts. But moving right along, we move to another one of my episodes, Bizarre Phobias. I forget which episode of the season it is, but Leah brought in a great little clip from it. Leah, what do you have to say?
Okay, so Gavin, you asked us, do you guys know what podomonstrosis godaliophobia means? And I'm like, yes, I know, right away. And then Chris was like, what? And I
Yo, can you
answered
say that word? Say that word one more time. Slower, slightly slower. Yes.
Hippopotomonstrosis godaliophobia, Wizards of Waverly Place. Oh yeah, okay. I got that phobia right.
Fear of hippos.
Yes, but I got it right. And then Gavin, I'll play the clip.
Yeah, let's roll the clip.
Phobophobia.
Phobo.
Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Fear of
Fear of
phobias.
bubbles there's a way around.
What did you say, Leah? Leah, what did you say?
Fear of bubbles.
Phobophobia?
There's something round.
And you said the fear
But I
of
think
bubbles
Chris
or
was right.
something round? Leah,
It's fear
I'm
of
gonna give you
phobias, isn't it?
I'm gonna give you one more chance to lock in a final answer for phobophobias. Leah, what is your final answer?
Phobophobias. I think it's fear of phobias. It sounds like phobia.
The correct answer is the fear of phobias.
Yeah, we both got it. Yay!
Okay, so I didn't get it right on the first try.
Well, like you were just saying, you got the hippopotomonstrosis. You got that one on the first try.
Godaliophobia. Yes, I did.
Yes, the fear of long words. So you got that one on the first try. So you know you can't always be a winner. But I mean, phobophobia. Really?
Fear of bubbles.
Yeah.
Fear of bubbles.
I think
That was
I think
not
we
my
should-
smartest moment.
let's. It was probably very late at night. Let's start to refer to the fear of bubbles as phobophobia. I think we can get it to catch on, like a fun slang.
It's just wrong though.
Who's gonna know?
Who's gonna
Who's
gonna
gonna
find it?
argue?
Right.
No one knows. They'll
No.
just go along with it. Leah, you brought another clip.
I do, yeah. So some of the episodes that we have now, pronunciation of words, like foreign words, it's a little hard. It's a little tricky.
Mhm.
So this was one of the episodes where I tried my hardest. This is just me not necessarily knowing what it is. So we'll just
That's
roll
fine.
the clip.
Well, it doesn't have to do. This is age appropriate, so it wouldn't have to do with like anything inappropriate, right?
It's a little inappropriate.
With the
That's all
fear of
I'll
a
say.
dick.
What?
Fear of a dick.
Not specifically that. No, but
Is it
Or
the
your
fear of,
cookie cookie?
not.
is it the fear of the birds and the bees?
That's you're like right. You guys are right on it. I really want someone to say it. You guys are
Is
very
it-
close. You would both get a point at this point.
Fudge.
I know everyone's getting all screamy. It is.
The fear of sexual intercourse,
It didn't say intercourse, but it's a different word. But
sexual arousal.
it's the fear of sexual
Turned on.
relations.
So for this one, I think this was the second episode that you actually inserted the duck, the quack.
Yes, as a
which
bleep.
I thought
Right.
I remember you texted the group. I was about to be in the shower, and I was like, "What would be really funny? What do some YouTubers do when they're like
as
cursing and
opposed
they
to
need
just
to
as
censor?"
opposed to just a bleep. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, "Let's do a quack." So I
Yeah.
thought that was a funny moment.
I think that's a great idea. I love that. And then we always referred to it in episodes later of like, you're gonna have to quack me instead of like bleep.
Yeah.
So-
Exactly.
What would
Yeah.
be actually a funny replacement for the bleep would be Leah's audio peak from Man-Made Disasters when we're talking about C8 and Oishi, her going, "No!"
You're so nasty. Like
I should start using just any of our vocal
nasty.
cues
Yeah.
as a bleep.
Well, I'm
Chris,
sorry. Do you want me to talk really low and like really close to the microphone? Do you prefer
really
that?
low and really close to the
Like,
microphone.
do you all like this?
like-
does this?
You and Oishi have this insane chemical or whatever. No, that's no, not my Oishi. Hmm.
No.
We are not going to become an ASMR podcast. Could not. Yes, we're too loud.
Leah, you had another episode that came after the phobias that was also really funny. Why don't you give us a little taste of what you brought with you?
The crowdfunding one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I found 2 clips and I was having a really bad moment. I couldn't think of the thing. But I'm going to pull up the audio clips right now, so let's listen.
What?
Yeah, I know. So that's people. These were 11 pretty driven people who wanted to see a huge jock strap.
Yeah, so I can
Can we? I'd like to see what the huge
I can
jock strap
find-
looks like.
Let
Can
me
you
see.
show us?
I can list more stuff than I have fingers that I would buy with $80 than donating it to a giant jock strap.
All right, here's the jock strap. I think it seems like they only needed the money to submit it. That I don't even think they needed the money to make it.
Yeah, you just get blankets and lay them across the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. What's next? Guinness World Record, biggest chastity belt.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's that.
I was not sure if Gavin was going to like quack that or not, but
I noticed something about this clip that we haven't found in other episodes. So, in case anybody forgets, any of our listeners forget, I'm from Boston. And sometimes my accent does come out. I do have a tiny Boston accent that comes out. My Boston accent was flaring up in that clip that you just played.
You also sounded audibly upset at the end. You were like you sounded like uncomfortable.
yeah.
Yeah, well, because I don't like it.
It's
I don't
taboo.
like what
It's
they were
edgy.
selling.
It's very
edgy.
taboo.
Taboo.
Edgy.
We're living on the edge of content. We're at the forefront. We made the line.
We are the edge.
People say that Howard Stern made the line. We made the line.
We are the edge.
With
We are
the
the-
biggest chastity belt comment.
Do you have another one from Bizarre Crowdfunding Project?
Yeah, so this one has to do with food, and let's just hear this.
Who doesn't love grilled cheese?
Yeah, grilled cheese with ketchup.
Ew,
Oh my, and
ew,
hot sauce.
ew.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
You
great.
just ruined grilled cheese.
No, that's fake news, Chris. So, who doesn't love a good grilled cheese besides people who are lactose intolerant? This doesn't solve that issue, but it does. If who raise your hand if you like grilled cheese. Raise your hand if you like grilled cheese. All right, so we're all raising our hands. Raise your hand if you like Jesus. I'm not raising my hand, but Chris is
Jesus.
raising his hand. Chris, you're gonna love this. It gives a new meaning to the Last Supper. This is called the grilled cheeses. The grilled cheeses is a sandwich press, but it doesn't just make ordinary paninis. It toasts the face of Jesus onto your sandwich.
Wait, is it called the grilled Jesus or the grilled cheeses?
The grilled cheeses.
Oh, that's nice. I have plenty to say.
Well, okay, it's because he said that grilled cheese isn't good with ketchup or sriracha sauce or
But
whatever.
it's
Which
so good.
No.
you need.
No.
I think grilled
Yes.
cheese and condiments is great.
No.
It doesn't necessarily need to be that, but it's a very dippable food.
No.
Yeah, like grilled cheese and but chicken tenders and mayo, like that sounds disgusting. And I'm
No. You guys
What?
don't know how to eat food.
Hold on. Let's go back. Chicken tenders and mayo?
yeah, my friend introduced me to that, and it's so
If it was,
Well, your friend's horrible.
yeah, it's this. You're saying it. It's disgusting. If it
Your
was like
friend-
ketchup
It
and mayo,
sounds-
if it's like mayo on its own, unless it's like chicken salad, tuna salad, egg salad, sure. But like as a condiment on its own, you need like ketchup and mayo. Love that. All over that. Big fan.
but that's what it kind of is. Just or like French fries and mayo. Like I thought it was weird. I thought it was weird when people.
Yeah, it is weird. You don't need to say a but. It is weird.
No, I thought it was weird when people dip their French fries into their
Into mayo?
milkshakes. No.
Oh,
but,
Stop
no.
it.
Wait.
Yeah,
no,
my
fries
brother did that one
milkshake,
time.
Yeah,
Okay, here's the thing. My brother did that one time, and I was like, Jared, what are you doing? Why are you dipping your fries like into your milkshake? He was like, oh, people do that. I was like, what?
Yeah,
I tried
I
it. I wasn't a big fan, but he.
Okay,
I
like that. I like a little bit of fry in a milkshake action. Chris looks visually and
Chris is not happy.
auditorily disgusted, right?
You know who dips fries in milkshakes?
What
Who?
psychopaths?
Satan dips his fries in milkshakes.
And look at where he is.
But Satan, like Lucifer on Netflix? Okay.
No. No, not that guy. No.
Tom Ellis? Tom Ellis, if you hear this, I love you.
Listen, I think grilled cheese is a great because what Chris, have you ever had grilled cheese and tomato soup?
So
good.
No. I've
But
heard
can
of
you
it.
can you
Yeah, I
understand
can
the appeal
understand
of
that.
it?
Yeah.
So I don't personally. I don't think it's a huge jump to go from tomato soup to ketchup because all ketchup is differentiating between tomato soup is it's just more vinegary and cold, but they're pretty much the same thing. It's just a tomato sauce.
Oh, you know what's really
It
good?
doesn't work.
French
Which
fries
one?
and vinegar. Or
Stop
chips
it.
and vinegar.
Oh
Love
yes. That's what they do in London. They do that in England.
Yeah.
They put
Well, no,
vinegar
but if you just
on
do
their
like French
on
fries
their
and
chips.
vinegar, and then
Little
you
chip-
dip it in like the mayo, my mouth is watering.
I'm gonna need to get a snack after this. Chris, final words on food.
You guys don't know how to eat. Eat right.
Okay,
guys
says
do not
the
know how to
guy that literally lost the fat kid due to his friend devouring it within like 5 seconds.
That's
remember
because
that?
I am not a fat.
What is the
Why?
fat? What do you mean?
If
Is
you
that a-
go to the ale house in Ithaca in the Commons,
Oh, it's
they
the
have
type
the
of-
fat kid burger
Oh yeah.
with the
I
2
have.
grilled cheese and then the burger in the center.
Have you gotten that, Chris?
I have. I've gotten
Is
it
it
many
good?
times.
It sounds
you
so
know,
Oh
good.
my god.
It's really good, except you do
It's-
feel like a fat kid when you finish.
Oh, I really want to get that.
What is the famous quote that goes along with that burger, Leah?
Oh, it was my mom. She
Yeah.
was like something like, Leah, you're being a fat ass. And I was like, Mom, I just know what a good meal is.
Oh, you said, "Mom, I'm not fat. I just know what a good meal is."
Oh my
Something
goodness,
like that. Yeah.
that's hysterical. Well, phobias or not phobias, crowdfunding. Another great episode. I will acknowledge it was my episode. The majority of these episodes are my episodes. I
Gavin.
will say.
Kevin, maybe
Yes.
you just know how to create an environment where people can be funny, have jokes, Maybe you're just like you just create like a funny aura, I
Maybe I'm
guess.
just a funny guy. Or maybe
Maybe.
I just do list episodes that I can just do bits and quips in. And I don't do the serious episodes about like Jonestown and Colts and Heaven's Gate.
I guess
But
it is.
You said Chris does more of like the
Yeah.
stories, right? And then Gavin and I, we kind of do more of like the listing. Sometimes Gavin will
Yeah.
touch
I
upon
guess it is
stories,
out
but-
of place to have jokes when you're talking about like thousands of people just killing each other. Right.
that is fair. Although
Yeah.
I will say, Chris, you have had some funny episodes, which perfectly segues into my last clip that I brought in today from one
Damn
of your
straight.
episodes.
Damn
Bigfoot-
straight, I've had funny episodes.
Bigfoot, devils, and other cryptids. Definitely one of my favorite episodes. We talk more about our favorite episodes in the origin episode coming out next week. But this is a great clip, and I think we really play nicely off of each other. So I'm just gonna roll the clip.
Another explanation that people say that it was an illegal pet gibbon, which has orange fur when it is a female. So someone might have had a gibbon and it escaped, and that's what they saw.
What? A
A
gibbon?
gibbon. A
A
gibbon.
gibbon. What's a
Ah.
gibbon? I've never
It's
heard.
like a monkey.
Oh, but it's a primate. It is an ape.
I can disclaim this already because it says that it's only a foot long.
Yeah, it's a small ape, usually found in the tropical forests of Southeast Asia. They're like great apes, but smaller. They don't have higher cognitive ability. Oh, and they're not self-aware. It's a shame they don't know about themselves.
How do they know that though? How do they know they're not
Gavin,
self-aware?
you wouldn't like being one of those.
Oh my god, how could you not be self-aware? Yeah, how do you know if something's not self-aware? Do you say, "Do you know what you are?" And they're like, "No, what is?" And you're like, "Wow, someone write that down." Larry, write that down. This thing doesn't know what it is. What? Primates, man.
Gavin, I love when you're like, Larry, come write this down. I crack
Yo,
up every single
I
time
will
I hear you
say,
do that.
Leah took a jab at me.
She
of
did. It
my
was- it was-
insanity, and we
we
just
didn't-
we can brush over that.
We
Leah's
didn't
like,
talk
you
about
wouldn't
it at
want
the
to be. What was I already forget what the word is.
A gibbon.
No. Yeah, because they're self-aware. You'd be like, you wouldn't want to not be
Self-aware.
self-aware. You really slam me, and we just
Yeah.
brush right by that.
And we didn't even acknowledge it at the time, but
I know,
wow.
and but you could tell in my voice that I was like thrown off from it, so I stutter a little bit, and then I had to like regain my footing. Oh my goodness.
I remember that night, you know, when you're just like really tired that you're also like funny and you laugh at like everything and you're just like, huh. That was like kind of my vibe that night. I was just like, let's have
No, there's definitely a lot of those like tired, manic episodes where it's just late at night and we're like just manically talking about, especially, I mean, talking about like Bigfoot and the Jersey Devil and the Dover Demon, like all these not ridiculous or
Dover
silly things,
Demon.
but like, yeah, there's definitely been some manic episodes.
But Gavin, you've made me realize I have to take more jabs at you.
That's fair. I mean, honestly,
Okay.
there's a lot of clips of you guys jabbing at each other or us jabbing at Chris or jabbing at Leah, but
or just everyone jabbing at Chris.
I've gotten through the season pretty unscathed. So that could also be because I'm in charge of the editing, so I could just edit it out if I wanted to.
Oh, that's nasty.
No,
But I don't think we've really jabbed at you though.
No, we gotta jab more at him.
I think you're scared because you know that I can come back harder and
Oh,
stronger.
I know you can.
Going off of the coattails of her very low-key jab at Gavin, Leah, you have something for us. I think you have the last two clips for us. Let's get into it. Let's get into your last clips.
So the first clip I was gonna play was just how I would literally mispronunciate every single word. The other clip I'm very proud of, and it was for Gavin. So let's just go and roll this.
No context.
So if the horse won, they would go inside, and all the people inside, like the horse skull, would drink all the beer inside the fridge.
Oh, that's kind of hype. I kind of dig that.
I like that too.
That's cool.
I think we
I'd
should
do
bring
it.
this to America, but like not tell people about it. Like I think we get a horse skull, start going door to door, and just challenging people to rap battles of why we should drink their beer.
Yeah.
Yo, Gavin, let me come into your house. I want some beer in mine. Spill it into my mouth.
Hey, all right. So yeah, sure. Come on over. You win. I can't.
I'm so bad at rap too.
I'm very
was-
proud.
Yeah, that was like it's like that was a hype. That was fire.
Yeah.
We should drop that. Drop the full EP from Leah.
Screw this whole
Mhm.
podcast thing. Let's just make an EP album.
Guys, we should start a band. Let's start a band.
Okay, Gavin will be like the keyboard. Chris will be like the
Oh,
bass.
Why am I the keyboard?
Because like you got like an awesome
Oh.
outfit, like from School of Rock, the kid that played like the keyboard. Oh my gosh. I
I
can
feel like
see
that was
Gavin on
Lawrence?
That was a jab at me. The keyboardist.
that.
I'm
You're fun. I say it from the
No.
heart, Gavin.
all right.
Sweet
shit,
baby G.
So as we come to a close, we talked about, let's see, about a little bit over 10 episodes today. Just about some funny moments. If you want the context for any of these, check them out. Available wherever you get your podcasts: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, all iHeartRadio, Stitcher. You know it. You love it. We got one last clip from our most recent episode. Leah, you got it queued up?
Yeah, I do. So, do you guys remember my favorite artist who I listened to 57 hours of?
Except yourself?
No. Okay, thanks. That's a
shower-
jab at me.
Is it
My
is it the
gosh.
shower EP?
Shower EP?
EP.
The shower
It's a
EP?
shower EP.
It's you singing in the shower.
Leah's driving through the streets, EP, singing in the car.
Okay. Well,
We're joking. It's Ariana Grande. Who else could it be?
of
Every
course.
waking second of Leah's existence, when she just goes break it out into song E EP.
Song Association.
Well, okay. Some friends have said that I kind of sound like her.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Chris, you were one of those people. Don't even at me, boy.
is it Ice JJ Fish?
Yes.
Who? Okay. Anyways,
Something
Public clip.
about your girl.
something about you. Okay, let's go.
Leah, what were your top 5 artists this year?
Yeah. Do you guys want to guess number one?
Let me guess. Do they rhyme with Ariana Grande? Wait, hold up. No, I messed that up.
Do they rhyme with Ariana Grande?
Mariana Schmande. Do they rhyme with Mariana Schmande?
Yeah. So I listened to her for 57 hours.
57
You're
hours?
welcome.
57 hours.
Yeah. Gavin, that was all you.
That
Way
was
to go, Gavin.
That's all you, Gavin.
I'll let you in behind the curtain. I did it on purpose as a joke.
Oh, you did? Really?
Really?
100%.
I knew what I was saying the whole time.
Are you sure?
It's great.
Huh?
Well,
But you said I meant to say because you messed it up the first time. You said Ariana Grande instead of Shmariana Shmande. It's
purpose because it was funnier.
Grande.
Gavin's trying to play it
Okay,
off like he
sure.
meant it.
Yeah. I'm being like David Rose from like Schitt's Creek. Like, okay, yeah.
For
Ew, Gavin.
All right. Well,
no, I was like Alexis.
if you want to hear the context for any of these, like we were just saying, check all of those out. Available wherever you get your podcasts. This was great season, guys. Great season.
I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that we missed that we
Yay.
just
Oh
didn't
my god.
get.
Yes. Tons
Yeah.
of stuff
Yeah.
we didn't even get to. We had so many great moments. These were just some of the funnier moments, but we could do a whole episode of introspective moments and interesting moments. There's so many things because there's like over a whole day's worth of content. There was like over 26 hours.
Right.
So that's a lot of content.
Right. We talk to each other way too much. I have noticed, I don't want to take anyone's airtime anymore, but I have noticed that from the beginning of the season, there's a lot more funny moments in the later episodes of the season, and that just goes to show how much chemistry we've developed over the course of the season, where we've just been more comfortable with each other, being able to roast each other, making these funny moments. So, which means that in season 2, expect a ton more of this stuff.
And expect some new and upcoming features on our Instagram, which I'm so excited about. Like, okay.
Yeah, we got tons of new stuff coming up. Like I just said, next week we have our little origins episode coming out about the origins of this podcast. We also talk more in detail about some of our favorite episodes throughout the season. And then in a few weeks from now, in mid-February, we got our first episode of the season coming out. I think we teased that. We're gonna tease that next week during the Origins episode. So if you want to know what are the first...
If you want to know, you
I
gotta
know.
wait.
You
Yeah.
gotta wait. And you gotta come back next week.
Yeah.
So, you know what they say. They're coming back next week. That's what they say. Someone said that. I heard I read that somewhere. I read it somewhere. I wrote it down.
Back it up and back it up.
Did you say you wrote it down in a napkin?
No, I said I wrote it down and I
Oh, I thought you said you wrote it down on a napkin, as in like that was like your quote.
But I wrote it down. I read it. That's a quick one. That's a quick tip for you. Check us out wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts.
Only if you have good things to say. If you have bad
Only
things to say,
If you a negative Nancy,
If
bye.
you have bad things to say, just write it on a rock and then throw it through a window. Thanks for listening to This Strange World. I'm Chris.
I'm Gavin.
And I'm Leah. Bye.
Stay strange. Bye.